Well, no. You look under pressure.
I'm fucking dying.
What's wrong?
I'm going to get sick.
Jesus.
What's...
I'm in a howl.
You don't look well.
I'm in deep. Young fella, I'm in a deep howl.
Well, why are you in a deep hole?
Young fella, give me a pint of milk.
What?
2 lemons and a nun.
And a nun?
I'm going to overheat. I'm going to combust.
Take off the jacket.
I can't. Read out the phone book. It cools me down.
Read out the phone book.
Read it out. Get it. Get the phone book there. Read it out.
1 second. I don't know what you want me to read out. Like.
Read out the phone book.
Oh, Dwyer, Pat, 051
Oh, lovely.
64
Oh, geez, that's lovely.
223.
Oh.
Yeah. Dwyer, Kathleen,
We went back playing cards Thursday night.
Right.
I made the fatal mistake of trying to play a game of 25 with Paddy Fung. Man can't count past 7.
Yeah. How did that go?
Terrible. That's why he always works a 12-hour day.
Why?
He starts at 7 and he finishes at 7. He never put the clocks back or forward or nothing. Fung time all year. Game of 21 normally be over quick.
Yeah.
Blackjack. No, not Paddy Fung. He took out a marker and changed all his cards to 7. There was nearly war. Oh, Jesus, I'm fucking shook. I was telling you I got hit by a car.
Who, you did?
Yeah.
When?
And I was coming out of the hotel after the Club Lotto. And this white Audi shot out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. This is about 9:30 now. And I went up in the air. And I went up so high when I came down to closing time.
Jesus Christ.
I got a right slap.
Did you?
I was lucky. I had about 12 pints in me.
What, do you reckon that saved you?
The doctor said the pints saved me life.
Wow.
I was loose. You can't break a bone if you're loose.
Okay.
That's a fact. That's what the doctor said.
Wow.
Now, the doctors are a cover band. They were playing in the Shamrock Lounge. Nice lads, not entirely sure of their medical qualifications. But he can make that fiddle talk. But thank God I was loose. That's all I'm saying.
Wow. It's science.
Well, this is like the news, because in the news, there was a lad in England, and he hit by a car when he was 19 and lost all his memory.
Wow.
And he didn't know his mother, he didn't know his father, he didn't know the brothers, the sisters, no one. And after 10 years, the memory was jogged by a song. It was Knocking Off Your Sister by Dan Bryan. No. It was. Do you know that song? I pictured a rainbow. You held it in your hand.
Yeah, Hole in the Moon, the Waterboys.
You have some hole on the moon by the Waterboys, yeah. He started remembering his Christmases from childhood, and bits of his memory started coming back
Wow.
because of the song. That made
That's incredible.
Now, he also has got prosopagnosia, which is face blindness. He can't remember people's faces.
Wow.
So he went on a date with this one, and she dyed her hair bright red, and that kind of helped him remember. And she's the only person he can recognise now.
Jenny Mac.
Isn't that fucking terrible?
That's terrible, yeah.
It's terrible. Do you know that Dan Bryan had that for a bit in the 80s?
What?
He
Facial
couldn't,
blindness?
yeah, like the wife caught him dangling out of this one from Kerry, right? And he said to her, he said, chase it touches yourself. And you know, like he got away with this 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
Until she made him go to the doctor. But sure, the doctor's only a fiddle player. Dan shagged his wife too. Take me home, country roads. And he would.
He did.
He fucking did, boy. We were inside in the Bridge Bar here. The pubs are back.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, I meant we were out the back of the Bridge Bar. Anyway. And the barman said, well, no, you know this new barmaid. He said, well, Noel, did you recover from your fall? And I said, no, I actually died. Did I recover?
Did.
Fucking jib of her. Anyway, this week in local news,
Yes.
we witnessed the return of the Stout Man.
The Stout Man.
Stout Man Sullivan.
Ah.
Out of retirement. The hero we needed. This country needs a leader.
Yeah.
Do you remember the time the Stout Man done his back? In a vicious conga line. And they got one of them roller trays that mechanics lie on. And they'd roll him in under the Guinness tap. and pour it, and he'd let it settle in his mouth before he'd swallow it. That's fact. And then he'd insist they put a head on it. He'd insist on the 2-part pour in his mouth
That's incredible.
before he'd swallow it. That's a fact. And the barman would draw a little shamrock on it
What do you?
in his mouth
Wow.
before he'd swallow it.
Oh,
That's a fact.
you sure?
I seen it. And then they'd ring the ambulance. And he'd say, well, don't mind the hospital. I can't fit in the Corolla. Just drop me home. But they got sick of calling for a finish. When you ring Clonmel Hospital 6 nights a week saying, there's a man here in his 60s and he's in critical condition, call on your own time there. So they have a fair idea what's going on.
Yeah.
We got the hearse to drop him home for a finish. And until his back loosened up.
Yeah.
Until he got loose. But Fong was driving the hearse at the time.
Of course he was.
And but he couldn't go slow. Obviously, you know Fong.
Yeah.
You know, he floors it. So the procession would be coming out of the funeral home. And sure, as soon as they turned the corner, like, Fong would be fucking gone. 70 mile an hour up the hill. I'll see you above the church, he'd say. He'd only hearse in Ireland with a tipper in the back. He'd tip the coffin out on tarmac outside the church.
Ah, stop.
Yeah, and he'd say to the priest, I have a few runs to do. I won't be around.
Yeah.
No Fong now.
Yeah,
I won't be around. You know the way he goes on.
Yeah.
But
What we do?
he'd go to collect the Stout Man. And when he was going back across town, didn't he pass the family of the deceased walking over town in the procession? And they seen the hearse 45 mile an hour over the bridge. And his hand sticking up out of the back. Pouring a pint of Guinness down on top of itself.
Yeah. Did tell you the light.
Well, as I said to him at the time, you know, maybe he wasn't dead at all. Maybe he just needed a pint. Which is a metaphor we could all live by.
Yeah, 100%.
Maybe we all just need to get loose.
Get loose.
Get loose. That do you?
That loose. Thanks, Noel. Thanks
No bother.
Get loose.
I'm going away now. Did you get that none for me?
She's outside.
Sound.